USB microphones are a great tool for getting into audio. You can find them in the studios of podcasters, video game streamers, musicians, and more. While traditional microphones require a special audio interface and accessories, a USB mic can help you dip your toes into the recording world without having to invest in a huge pile of gear. These plug-and-play mics use a port that your computer already has, with minimal setup and little complication. With remote work and social distancing increasingly common, the popularity of these devices has only expanded, offering a way to improve all your digital chats, personal and professional. After hours of rigorous testing the top USB microphones on the market, the Blue Yeti X emerged as the best all-around choice you can buy. Number 1. Blue Yeti X. The Blue Yeti X is our overall best in show. It feels solid and well built, with a wide variety of features that make day-to-day use easier. A single knob on its front adjusts the gain and headphone volume, and will let you blend the audio coming through the headphones. That means you can choose to hear just what the microphone picks up with no latency, or you can hear the sound coming through your computer, too, crucial if you're recording music or tracking dialogue. The same front button also serves as a mute button in case you need to sneeze or cough while podcasting or in a meeting. An LED meter on the front also shows the volume of the incoming sound. If it's too loud, you can see that and adjust the gain on the microphone. A button on the back will adjust the pickup pattern. This affects where in the room the mic hears, so you can use it in a variety of situations. A regular cardioid polar pattern is great for sitting in front of the mic by yourself, for instance, but in a group, you may want a broader pickup pattern. With the Yeti X, you can make those decisions and adjust them as you go. Number 2. Blue Snowball Ice. Blue's portable powerhouse has been a mainstay of the recording world for a long time. Now that the field is more crowded, it's facing stiffer competition, but it still gives you plenty for your money. However, this mic disappointed in a few key areas. The sound itself wasn't always what we wanted and was a bit of a letdown compared to the mic's reputation. The pickup pattern is fairly wide, which gives you a lot of room noise if you're not very careful. Unlike many other Blue mics, including the regular Snowball, there's only one pickup pattern, and it's going to hear just about everything. Likewise, when tested for dynamic range, it disappointed again. It was a little too easy to blow the mic out. On top of that, there's no gain control on the mic itself. Instead, you'll have to adjust the mic sensitivity in the recording software or through the computer's audio settings. That said, it's substantial. It feels better built than most mics in the price range, and the metal tripod is a nice touch. But the sound quality honestly felt outclassed by the similarly priced Amazon Basics mic, and that's not the result we were expecting at all. Number 3. Fifen K669. The Fifen K669 is an interesting mic. The mic, cable, and tripod mount are all built together as one solid piece. On one hand, that means that there are fewer steps to perform on your end. On the other hand, it's not that hard to plug in a cable, so streamlining that process doesn't feel like a huge added convenience. Because these pieces can't be swapped, the microphone presents some unique issues. If you need a longer cable, you're out of luck. If the cable wears out, then you're just buying a whole new microphone. There are some nice things about the Fifen K669. The sound is solid. The tripod mount is also compatible with a mic stand if you have one. There's no headphone jack, but you can adjust the gain on the mic, using a knob labeled volume. It's not a bad microphone, but if you can pay a little more for the Amazon Basics, or something more substantial, you'll probably be happier in the long run. Number 4. Shure MV5C. The Shure MV5C was one of the most frustrating mics that we tried to use. Compact and light, it was another microphone that was hard to keep in place. And while there are some aspects of the engineering that are clever, the small form factor makes it very difficult to hit the buttons you're trying to use. The headphone jack, USB port, mute button, and another button are all tightly jammed together in the back. For some reason, you can't simply plug in headphones. You have to unplug the mic, plug in the headphones, hold the mode button, and plug the mic back in. This is incredibly frustrating to do since the mode button, headphone jack, and USB plug are all in each other's way. It's all the more irksome since this is the only mic we tested that makes you undergo some arcane ritual in order to use your headphones. There's one DSP setting in the form of a speech mode. Speech mode uses a combination of gain, EQ, and compression presets to help your voice come through more clearly. This is not explained in the manual in any way, shape, or form. I had to learn it by looking up information online. Number 5. Blue Yeti. While the Yeti X may be a top scorer, the original Yeti is no slouch. It has 3 condenser capsules as opposed to the Yeti X's 4, but the sound quality is still crisp. You can also set the headphone volume and the mic gain. Each has its own dedicated knob, which would have been nice to see on the Yeti X. There's also a mute button and 4 different pickup patterns. There are only a few places where the Yeti doesn't match up to the Yeti X. While it's one of the more solid mics we tested, the model we used had some trouble standing up. The tension knobs on the side should help keep it in place, and yet the mic fell backward and hit the back of the mic stand with a sound that can only be described as a clonk. In addition, the knob on the back to change the pickup pattern could be difficult to turn, though at least you can't change the pickup pattern accidentally. Despite these issues, the user experience was still easily one of the most seamless we had. If you absolutely can't shell out the extra few bucks for the Yeti X, the Yeti is a great backup choice.